Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode here on Serenity TV. I am your host, Goodness Chisholm. Now, there is a big wave, running around the country, and it's called the Japa wave. Everybody wants to relocate outside the country, but the big, the small, even those who are financially stable. Now, this wave and this movement is more eminent on those who are not financially stable, especially in the middle class. Everybody thinks that there are higher opportunities over there, but is this true? Is it really what it seems over there? With the way our uncles and aunts outside the country show us lifestyle there, is it really a true thing there? Now, I will be talking about this topic with my guest, the Japa Wave, and I have with me Mr. Chidi, aka Odumewu. Yeah, he has lived in the land of Texas for a very long time, a very, very long time. He has a lot to tell us about this, and it will be an interesting and educative segment. So, my people, help me welcome Mr. Chidi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I
You're
appreciate your time.
welcome.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Prince Chidi Amadi. I'm from Avu, Umaguma. Call me Odemigwe one of Texas. Uh, I was born here, born in Nigeria, but I grew up. I left Nigeria. My parents took me and we went to the U.S. when I was 2 years old.
Mm.
So I grew up in upstate New York, Rochester. So I lived there from age 2 to age 19.
Okay, so your life has always been outside the country, but you come back once in a while,
Yeah,
right?
the interesting thing is the first time I came back, I was 16 years old before I came back.
Wow.
That was the first time I came back. And then after that, I was 25. Then from age 25, then I progressively
okay.
came back every couple of
Okay,
years.
sir. Now let's talk about this, right? How has life been over there for you? How has life been for you? With way people want to really relocate.
Mhm.
What's your personal experience with life over there? Because you are privileged. Let me just say that you're privileged to be, let's say, you are a citizen over there. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're a privileged citizen over there. So how has life been for you?
That sounds interesting because when you say a privileged citizen, it sounds like it was easy. We didn't become a citizen until I was 16. That's why it was the first time I came home.
Wow.
Because from age 2 until 16, we're basically illegal immigrants. So it wasn't until 16 till my mother got her U.S. citizenship. And then by way of me being under 18, I automatically became a citizen. So my father became one as well because they're married. So between that time, age 2 to 16, it wasn't as privileged as it sounds because you couldn't do as many things as you ought to do or you may want to do because you're not a citizen yet.
Okay.
So it sounds easy, but it wasn't necessarily easy, and especially where I grew up. Growing up in New York is like growing up in Lagos, to be honest.
Wow.
New York is a different planet in comparison to anywhere else you can think of.
In that scenario, there are a lot of people who are going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to disagree with you. They say Nigerians are hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with me, right?
Absolutely.
We are hardworking people, and the belief that with the high rates of opportunities over there, it may be way more easier for them than it is as people who live in here in this country. So that's why they are, trying as much as possible to leave the country.
Opportunities are only opportunities if you're opportune. Because it sounds like an opportunity, but if you go and you don't have the right documentations to take advantage of the opportunities, they no longer become opportunities. They're actually liabilities to you. Because if you leave from this country and you get over there, and once you think that, hey, I'm leaving, I have a master's degree, I'm going to get over there and I'm in the oil sector, I'll get over there and immediately start working. Well, your degree means nothing over there. You start from the beginning. I've run into lawyers, doctors, people that were lawyers and doctors in this country. And now they're over there working in the grocery store. I myself, after moving to Texas, as years went by, during COVID or prior to COVID, for about 3 years, I owned a training center where we trained electricians, commercial electricians, and data technicians. So the majority of the people I trained were Nigerians. So in 3 years, I trained over 300 Nigerians from all walks, whether they were Igbo, Hausa. Well, not really. You don't see Hausas going over there, but Igbo, Yoruba. Hausa people don't travel like that.
Okay.
But Igbo and Yoruba. But think about that, 300 of them. But I'm training people that were doctors here. I'm training people who were oil boys in Port Harcourt here.
Wow.
These guys have money because you're going to need some money to even travel out, right?
Yeah.
So they had money. But when they got there, they started from ground zero. And starting from ground zero, these people worked commercial construction jobs as general labor, sweeping floors on a commercial construction site before they were able to purchase tools to start trying to learn the trades of being an electrician. And then the amount of racism found in that sector was high because working construction is usually Hispanics are doing it. And Hispanics aren't really allowing non-Hispanics to get into their business. Because the thing that they understand is someone from Nigeria coming in, they flew into the country. A Hispanic, more than likely, ran across the border. So if you run across the border, you can marry Trump's daughter and you'll never become a citizen. But if you flew in, you came in with documents already.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity to become one. So because of that, they protect their sector in construction.
Okay.
So it's not easy, in all honesty. People that come over, they think they just come in and immediately start working.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay. So now what did you think is that biggest misconceptions that Nigerians have with life abroad?
That there's money or gold pavements lined up on the ground, that you're just walking around picking up money.
Oh.
Anything that you can do, anything you do is money. Anything you can be a grave digger and it's money. This one is money, is money. Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
You have opportunities to do certain things, but again, those opportunities come at a risk. If you don't have the proper documentation, if you came over there on a visitor's visa, right? Once your visa expires, what do you do? Because a visitor's visa is not a work visa. You don't come on a visitor's visa.
So how about
I
a
think you
student
walk in to
visa?
go get a job.
A student visa.
Even a student visa, they only give you an opportunity. With a student visa, they may give you a temporary work permit, and you're working for the amount of time that you're a student or for the amount of time that they allocated. And you have to constantly renew that. But once it's out, then what do you do? Because as long as you're a student, sure, you can continue doing that. But if you've graduated, now what? There's no guarantee that a company picks you up and then helps you apply to convert yourself from a visa status to becoming a permanent resident or a temporary resident, getting a green card. So if you don't have those documentations, you're basically running around illegally and you're hiding.
Okay.
So if you're hiding, you can't do all the wonderful jobs that you think you can do. You're doing all the menial jobs. You're cleaning bathrooms. You're washing toilets. You're scrubbing floors.
Yeah.
You're driving Uber under someone else's name. So it's just what it is. It's not as opportune as it seems. So that's where when you call that person that just left from here and they left on a visitor's visa, and you're calling them saying, God, how far? I thought you would build a mansion by now. It doesn't work like that. That man's struggling. You need to pray for him.
Yeah.
You need to pray for him, because I promise you, that man is crying inside. He's working his hardest to try to pay his own bills and then still send his mother something back.
Wow.
I'm telling you from experience because I trained these guys.
Okay.
300 of them, over 300 of them.
Okay. Now, sir, away from that, personally, you have had your life all for a very long time outside the country, right?
Yes.
Now, how do you balance it with your root here as a citizen of the country and from the place you are? How do you balance that lifestyle?
How do I balance it? Well, it's a matter of staying connected. It's first staying connected to the Nigerians in diaspora. So if I'm a part of different organizations. One is Emo Lights in Diaspora,
Okay.
Social Club USA. All these guys are people from Imo State. So when you're surrounded by people that are from the same state that you're from, it's a little bit easier because you're speaking one language, you're understanding each other. And these are people that are more than likely around from where you're from. So it's a good brotherhood there. So once you have that type of people and you're surrounded by them, you keep yourself around them, then it itches you more by seeing the things that they're doing at home. You want to start doing things at home. You want to start building. You want to start developing your area as well. And then it's to stay in communication with your brothers here. You have to stay in communication with your people, although it's difficult, because again, they don't understand what you're going passing
Yeah,
through.
with a lot of
The
expectations.
expectations are
Yeah.
high. The expectations are high, but I think the key is instead of there's never enough money. You can never send somebody enough money. So I believe then the key is the empowerment,
The
giving them something
empowerment,
to try to help
yes.
empower
Yes, I
that person.
agree with you.
But the person that you're empowering has to be ready to be empowered. I can't you can't tell me that you want to open a shop and then I send you money and build the shop for you. You didn't actually build the shop. You did something else. So that person has to be able to take one step forward or two steps forward. Then I can buy you a bicycle to keep going. You understand? But you've already started moving on foot. So if you moved on foot, then I'll get you a bike.
In the area of empowerment, yeah, I talked about shops, right? What about in a scenario whereby this person or this individual wants you to sponsor their life outside the country?
Sponsor their life.
Yeah, they want to be taken out, like I don't know, preferably as a student. They feel like they have an uncle, right?
Yes.
They feel you owe them that entitlement or something like that. Want you to help me move out from this place.
Well, first and foremost, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. You owe yourself. You understand? So the same way I got it, the same way you have to get it. My parents, no one gave them anything. They went for it and they went to work for it. And because of that, I was opportune because I was with them. Now, if it's something that you want to do, and I'm speaking from experience because I physically have brought 4 people from here to America since 2008. I physically have brought them, sponsored them to come to America. So I'm saying this from experience. People have to be somebody that's ready and willing to work. They have to understand what they're about to get into. So it isn't, uncle, just give me this, uncle, give me that. I'm coming there. You owe me. It doesn't work like that, my brother. Because if that's your mentality, you might as well stay here.
Yeah.
The person that's here that wants to drink palmy under a palm tree all day, or find one woman like that and live off her life, he's going to do the same thing over there because it's a mentality. Now, if that person's a hardworking person here, a hardworking individual, he's constantly moving, he or she are constantly putting their best foot forward, then again, that's somebody you may want to invest your time or your money into to help them move to the next level. But you have to help yourself first, God helps those that helps themselves, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm an image of God. You understand?
All right. Let's quickly go on a short break. I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. All right, people, welcome back from that very short break. I'm still in the studio here with Mr. Chidi, and it has been quite a conversational one, understanding more about life over there, and not telling you, showing you that it's not as it seems, though. But so let's get right back into it. So, sir, moving on. Let's talk about depression, mental breakdown, and loneliness. How do you think Nigerians over there particular of depression as they paint it to be?
Absolutely. Remember what they're doing. And again, anyone leaving from here going to any country, whether it's US, Germany, Italy, London, they're leaving their comfort zone. They're leaving what they actually knew for the amount of their life. Okay. Let's say you leave when you're 25 and you're leaving over there. For 25 years of your life, you were not the minority. Think about that. Every day you wake up, you are not the minority. When you go over there, you instantly have become the minority. So when you go from being the majority, you walk into a bank and you see someone that looks like you. You walk into a grocery store, business place, car dealership, anywhere, and the person looks like you. Then you go to another country to where those same prominent positions, 9 times out of 10, that person does not look like you. So that automatically does something to you because then you meet people that do look like you and they don't behave like you. Wow. You understand? So then you instantly become lonely if you don't already have a community of people to lean on. If you came in, and again, it depends on your landing. You have soft landings, you have hard landings. If you've come and you're the first one of your kind, of your people to be in the area, you have a hard landing. It's very difficult. If you go over there and you have a cousin or an auntie or somebody that you go and you're staying with, it may be a softer landing, depending if that relative of yours is actually happy for your own success. Because them too,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you'll get over there. They want you to go through the same type of headache they went through, so that you can say, you know what, he has to feel it. He has to feel the pain. I don't believe in that, but at the same time, everyone's not the same. They want you to suffer like they suffered, just so you understand it. But you get some people that say, you know what, this person is my own brother, my sister, whatever. I'm going to set them up so they don't go through what I went through already. But depression is real. You'll get to a point where you sit there and you start questioning your decision.
So in that scenario, those who fight a lot of depression and loneliness over there, even mental breakdown, is it because if, well, in Nigeria here, when someone moves outside the country and then returns, they see that person as a failure. Is that supposed to be so?
Unfortunately, it happens. Again, this is from experience. I had an uncle. This is 1986. He went to school with my father, Uncle Matthias, God rest his soul. He was one of the most brilliant men that I probably have ever met,
Wow.
and mathematician. The man went to school, got a master's degree, but then his visa expired. His school visa expired, student visa expired. Now they were pushing him to leave. He tried everything, tried to find different ways to stay in the country, but it wasn't happening. So now he was struggling with the fact that he was going to go back to Nigeria in 1986 after being in the United States since 1978 and not having anything. He couldn't deal with that, and he tied his legs to bricks, pushed himself into a river, and drowned himself. So he killed himself.
Wow. He committed suicide.
He committed suicide because he couldn't live with the fact of going home to be looked at as a failure, because he knows his people is going to ask him, what did you do for the past 8 to 10 years in the U.S.? But he knew also they couldn't understand what he actually was doing or what he passed through. So it was, in his mind, unfortunately, it was a better decision for him to do what he did. But this is something that happens all the time. It happens all the time. So depression is real.
Wow. That's very traumatizing. Okay, now what will you say about people who believe that Nigeria can still be a better place if only they can stay back and build their country? Do you agree with this?
If they could stay here and build their country.
Yeah.
If they stay here and build their country, it is a possibility. You see, each one of us has to be able to start with our own communities first and stop looking so much into the governments, because you already know that they're not coming to save you. So if you know they're not coming to save you, then you have to think of what can you do to save yourself. Unfortunately, during colonization, we've been convinced that farming isn't the way. They're convinced that it's school, book. But you're sitting on the best asset that you have, the most valuable resource you have, which is the land. Anything you put in the soil is going to grow. So the reason the white man came here to begin with, to come get us to take them over there, was to be farmers. So you're sitting on farmland. So if you have natural resources that you can cultivate yourself to grow your own food, and if you've grown your own food, you've already taken care of one problem, feed it. After you've taken care of that problem, you make enough to go ahead and distribute. You distribute and sell. You move from there, you keep going. So you're sitting on the resource already. It's really up to you if you've more or less been brainwashed that it's not actually the way to go. When they're convinced you to go read book, and then come back and buy your land and now employ you to work on it. Think about that
now
for a second.
you've said something about planting and reaping and the rest, right? Staying to build the land. But people believe that if they go out there, they can come back and help their community.
It is. It's a twofold. It can also happen that way as well. But again, it's really all about how you're going out there. Remember, again, if you're going out there, it's all in your planning. If you've planned yourself well, all right, so you've married a citizen already, and you're going there already, and you're landing with a visa, you have a 5 to 7 year head start on anyone else that comes without that same type of opportunity. If you've come over there, you don't have those opportunities to be a resident from the beginning. you have a 7 year, you're behind the 8, you're behind 7 years on whoever at that point. So again, if you're behind 7 years, you said, I'm going to go out there and work and get this together. You got 7 years of doing that before you can get a leg to stand on and now turn around and say, now I'm going to come home and marry somebody and bring them over. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're already behind 7 to 8 years already. So it really depends on how you've gone over there.
Okay. Now, we have gotten to learn about the disadvantages of life over there. I won't really call them disadvantages, but challenges that come with
Challenges. Yeah.
life over there. But then, how about the better side of life over there?
Better side of
We-
life over there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there is actually.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So in that scenario, let's talk about people who have gone there and are making it over there.
Yes.
So what will you say about them?
It's all in that person as well. Because again, it's the mentality. If you have the mentality of someone that's a hustler, if you have the mentality of someone that's going to make it against all odds, you'll make it wherever you go. Doesn't matter if you stayed here, or if you went over there. But if you do go over there, you're going to make it even better because you have that in you. So it's totally a mentality. Over there, you have a better healthcare system. That's number one. You get sick, you have opportunity to help yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You have certain things that are at quality. You understand? Because you may not know what you're taking here or what you're ingesting into your system, but you have Food and Drug Administrations that are regulating certain things for you over there. All right, traffic systems. You understand? People drive anyhow they want to over here. In different lawlessness ways that they're moving around. But you have systems and processes over there that they've put in place to safeguard you against certain things.
Okay.
So again, you do have some things that are better. Again, steady light in certain areas. You have steady light over there. Unless you've put solar on your property, you may not have that.
Yes.
So it's definitely you have advantages over there. But they're only advantages if you're one that's able to take advantage of those advantages. If you're still one that thinks that someone owes you, you're going to get over there. And with all those advantages, you're still not going to be able to make it. You're still going to be the same person that you were when you were here.
So it all has to do with your mentality, your hard work,
It's
and
all
the
about
rest.
that. It's all about that. You can't. You can put a wig on a pig and it's still going to be a pig. You understand? So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where you move them to, is that person still going to be the same person. You have to have that mentality. If you have that grind in you, then you can put that person in under a rock in Iraq and they're going to make it.
Yeah. So
You
if,
understand?
even education, don't you think that the higher the person is educated, the more opportunities they have?
I think it works in two folds because you can be super educated and get over there and not be able to do anything with it.
Wow.
Because again, your education and your certificate was based upon this country, and you get over there and it may not translate the best. I think the thing that does move better is if you're skilled.
Yes.
Skilled workers make better. You can be a plumber here in this country and get over there and you have that plumbing skill and you're going to make it because you have the skill.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't something that you necessarily I have to apply a license to.
Yeah.
I already have that skill, so I
Yeah.
can still work as a handyman and still make one or two things happen. But if I came over there as director of human resources or something that required an MBA, and I get over there, the MBA may not be the same. It doesn't translate the same way. Skilled workers make it better. Electricians, you're going to get over there, you're going to make a killing because you have it skilled. So if you're skilled with something, if you have handwork, I think that you'll make it a whole lot better. You'll be ready.
Okay. So now this is wonderful. People now know that there are skills that are needed for
Yes.
you to venture more and explore more in that. Now, people will still be stubborn and very adamant in the saying that we have all talked about this and ascertained the fact that there may be challenges over there. But do you think it's still necessary for people to leave the country?
We all can't
Personally.
leave. We all can't leave. We all can't leave. There's 230 million people in this country. We all can't leave. And if you do all leave, where are you going to go? And then once you go, then what do you have left? Are you still Nigerian or what are you? What are your children after that? Because that's the one thing that hits people the hardest once they leave. They've left to try to make a better life, but then you've created children over there that may not want anything to do with your homeland. then what do you do? You understand? You may be causing a bigger problem for yourself than you know. So we all can't leave. It's not possible. You understand? So some that do leave, if they go and they create a better environment here for their people, knowing that their people they need them to be able to make sure their children have somewhere stable and they're not just Nigerian by surname. They actually have a culture still to them. That's one of those things. Because you'll get over there, you're no longer part of the culture. Then what are you? Are you Japanese? Are you German? You're not. The dog German Shepherd.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
German Shepherd dog born in America is still called a German Shepherd. So if
Yeah.
you're an African born in America, you should still be an African. But you're not if you don't know anything about it. Then what do you do?
Wonderful. Um, yeah, it still begs to say that in as much as the opportunities over there, you can still come back and build your country, which is very, very necessary. So, sir, in your own area, what are the things you've done so far to build your own community?
Well, build our own community. Well, we started a farm. I have a farm in our backyard. It's about 2 plots in my actual house, of farmland where we we grow cucumbers and habanero peppers, and then we have some that we keep for the house, and then we sell some in the market. Then there's another 10 plots of land also that's full of habanero peppers. So we're farming. That's where it started from because I know again that's the lowest overhead, and we're getting it out the ground.
Okay.
On top of that, since I've been back this past 3 weeks, I came back with 52 computers that I donated to a school
Wow.
in Obasima for some children. So we've been doing work for them over there as well. Since I was gone as well, we've done backpack drives for schools as well. So it's all about trying to empower the youth.
Yeah.
Then I have cousins and other people that I've put them to work. Clothes that I wear over there. I have shirts that I wear to work every day, and on podcasts as well that are made in Lagos. So all of my shirts and they have my family name on them, just to make sure they know that as I was, it's made in Nigeria.
So even there are people still under your tutelage and mentorship.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you have to empower them. I plan on coming back here eventually to live for good.
Permanently.
Of course, I'll be buried here. I was born here. Like I said, my umbilical cord is in the yard and my teeth. So I have to go join them eventually, right? So if that's the case, how is your environment going to look when you come back?
Yeah.
You have to, if you don't do something about it, then you can't complain about it when you come back and nobody's doing anything. What did you do to improve it? So I believe if each one teach one, we can get somewhere.
Okay.
So the goal is you have to teach them. You have to empower somebody to do, but you also have to have the right people with the mentality to be empowered.
Okay, so before we wrap up, what's one advice you're gonna give to the youths out there who believe that there are greater opportunities or life will be more better for them if they leave this country?
Don't just leave the country thinking that you're going to pick up gold. There's no pot of gold. There's no easy road to anything, right? You're going to work for it. So before you leave, before you think you want to leave and make a move anywhere, write out a plan. What is it that I'm going to do when I get there? Here are the steps. Here are my systems. Here are my processes. When I get there, I'm going to do this. And now that I'm going to do this, this is how I can achieve this. You have the internet. So if you have the internet, you need to look up and figure out what are the challenges you're going to face in the US, in Germany, Japan, UK. What am I facing? When I get there, how does my degree, if I have one, translate over there? Will it translate at all? So look at all that stuff before you leave a place that you are already accustomed to.
Yeah.
Because when you go there and you start trying to figure it out there, unfortunately, it's not all the same. And then you run back into the problems we've had. That depression kicks in, things happen, and we don't want you to be a statistic.
Yeah.
So be smart about it, think hard about it. But if you have the mind for it and you have the hustle, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really an honor having you here.
I appreciate your time.
I'm very much happy that you're here to share your knowledge with people out there. And I hope we're going to do this some other time.
I'm around. I appreciate you having me.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. All right, my viewers, it has been a wonderful time in the segment with our guest here. And I don't have much to say, but I hope you figure it out by yourself. I remain your host, Goodness Chisom, and this is Serenity TV. Do well to check out this episode on our YouTube channel. You can drop your comments there and also on our Facebook channel too, and I will do well to get back to you. Have a lovely day.